You're watching Hal Sparks Mega Worldwide, and I think that shows taste and breeding on your part. Right now, we scan across the interwebs, and there are times when you're flipping through, if you're on YouTube a lot or you're on Twitch and you're scrolling through the still images and the thumbnails, and you're like, what pulls me into this one? What draws me in like a tractor beam? What magnetizes me to this particular clip? And sometimes it's a title. Sometimes it's I always know this video will be good or this video will be terrible, and therefore I'll milk that lull cow, right? And then sometimes it's just big dumb face. Sometimes there's just occasionally there's someone who, no matter what the fucking clip is, the opening face is Derp always, every time. And if it has Devin Nunes in it, that's what we're going to get. Also, I don't know why this woman is wearing a garbage bag with a floral print on Real America Voice. I suppose it's that particular day. But Nunes, let's see, we got to skip this ad. Oh, poor the puppy. Look at the boy. Look at the sweet boy. All right, here we go. Oh, why is their audio off? I don't know, but I like it. Oh, because the other clip. That's why. Hold on. Here we go.
Truth Social and Trump Media and Technology Group form.
You know what? I recommend turning the lights up a little bit so that you remove, basically, I mean, it's one thing to get rid of all your wrinkles and stuff, but also your cheekbones. Just make your face look like a splotch of paint that Tammy Faye Baker slammed her face into, I think is the goal.
Former Congressman Devin Nunes.
Nunes, I think. But that's fine. Also, former congressman and current failing social media shitstorm leader in charge of CFOEO.
A real stars and stripes kind of a guy. Thank you so much.
Real stars and stripes kind of a guy.
For being here.
Dr. Sheena, great to be with you.
Yeah, it's good. Everything's going so well.
Well, Trump was right. We should have fixed 2020. Because
they didn't. 2 seconds in, and we're already like, why did we even fucking vote? Why did we even do it? I don't even know. Why don't we fucking? Oh, God damn it.
Because as far as I can see it, the reports I've had, just the incidental reports, but also
incidental.
Again, doing math that's pretty simple.
In deference to you, Devin.
Congressman, it feels like it's happening all over again.
We can never escape it. It's always stolen. It's stolen from us. They're stealing our it's the thefty steely steal, and I can't deal, okay, with the thefty steely steal. Tell me what. Hold on. We have to go full on. Is this working? Wait 1 second. I think I froze up my whole fucking computer trying this. Hold on. 1 second. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, it really does, and it's not giving the American people any confidence in their election.
No, I'm totally confident. Yeah, fine.
System. And so I think it's important, maybe for me, one of the things I can share, being a longtime member from California, where we went.
Yes, he's not only a supporter of the Dickhead Club for Men, he's also a member.
From a very secure, safe election system, you knew by the end of the night whether or not you had won. That was how the first 5 or 6 of my elections went. And then starting in...
And then Republicans came in and didn't trust anything and want to watch every fucking thing, or they don't take it seriously, so it slowed the whole fucking process down.
2014 and 16 and then 18, they started mailing absentee ballots to everyone. And then they went even further than that and said that anybody can go pick up anyone's ballot. You don't even have to be an American citizen. You can go pick up the ballot.
As long as it's a ballot, it's a legal ballot. And if you bring in a fake ballot or you commit a crime, you're going to jail. But who doesn't want to do 5 years for every piece of paper they bring in and a stack of 10,000?
And that's what the left is trying to do all over the country.
Yes, make sure that everybody can vote. I don't care how the fuck your ballot got in if it's a legit ballot. I really don't. I don't care if you have like a fucking carrier pigeon drop it off.
And so,
if you're a U.S. citizen over the age of 18 and that is your vote and that's what you want to vote on, I don't give a fuck. And if you can prove that they're bringing in votes that are different than what people want, fix that, throw those fuckers in jail. But you're going to have to arrest everybody in the fucking villages in Florida.
I just remember the first time in 18 when I had to start doing this type of operation. I mean, it feels dirty. It's awful where you have people going door to door and taking their ballots. It's a horrible situation.
Wait a minute. You were involved in, we're finding out that you were involved in dirty ballot harvesting? Is that that's the admission? You did this?
And I think at the end of the day, Gina, when we see what's happened here, and right now,
yeah, basically that's what that's what he just said. He was involved in 2018 in ballot harvesting, and he felt dirty about it, but he did it anyways. Because he knew he was, I'm thinking because he knew he was committing a crime. He was involved with with the Trump White House. They were obviously engaged in stealing votes and buying votes and printing votes and taking ballots from people. And he was aware of the crime that he was committing, and he was also projecting the fact that he was committing a crime out on, well, if I would commit a crime, everybody would do it because I'm a good guy. And that's what I think.
It's too soon to know until we are able to get all the data, match it up, who voted at what time, and do the votes match. And you have to look at this state by state.
At what time? Shut the fuck up.
My assumption right now, I don't want to jump to conclusions, but I think what you're seeing is the Californianization of America's voting system.
Dream of Californianization.
Yeah.
Just yeah.
It's interesting because, of course,
it's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah.
I lived in California too. What about
Really? What are the odds?
5 or 6 years ago, I still get my California ballot because they probably want me to vote in California as well as in Florida because they probably presume I'm of a Californicated mindset, but I'm not.
You don't have a Californicated mindset? David Duchovny is a good dude and a hunka. Burning love. He's a good man. I used to see him come into the boba tea shop on San Vicente that I went to with my kung fu class. After class, we would all go hang out there and have boba tea, and he would come in sometimes with his kids. So did Tay Leone would come in with his kids. They would come in sometimes as a whole family, and then sometimes they would split duty. It was interesting.
And Congressman, this all started to look very, for those of us,
For those of us that see crime everywhere, this looks very crimey to me. For those of us that can't see, I can never imagine losing, so everything looks like winning. It's great until I don't win, and then obviously it's cheating.
Frustrated, and you hear it in my voice because I don't normally yell at the screen.
Really? Citation needed.
But I'm frustrated for my viewers who...
Yeah, I'm frustrated for your viewers as well. Both of them.
Reach out to me constantly and say, stay strong, because there's people going squishy right now.
Don't go squishy on us. Lady with domino earrings.
While I'm pleased to know of filters out there that can
can smooth out the wrinkles on your face and make your face look like a splotch of paint that Tammy Faye Baker slammed her face into. Sammy Faye Baker. I gotta tell you, I've been married to Jim for a long time.
Expose those who maybe hopped on the Trump train when it was real convenient for them and are maybe hopping right off right now.
Yeah, well, it's their stop. Honestly, you can't the conductors. They'll catch you. You can't hide in the turlet like you used to.
At the same time.
What, Kung Fu style? Kung Fu San Soo.
I am frustrated because...
That was that class. Our Wushu class would also go on Sundays, but largely it was our San Soo class.
I've been watching this for more than 3 decades, Congressman. Weeks ago, I noticed something and I warned my...
I rubbed it, and it seems bigger than it is, and it kind of itches, and I think I should see a doctor.
Audience then, it didn't seem like Democrats were doing their normal midterm election cha-cha, right?
That's right. We were doing the merengue, just because we were trying to, expand our voter base. Yes. And, it depends on the district. Obviously, we're waltzing. If we're in, anywhere near the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland.
They usually start acting like moderates as the election gets nearer, but this time they didn't do that.
Weird. They start acting like cuckoos.
They were as radical as absolutely ever. And
radical!
That was a sign to me.
That the Lord was giving us a gift. That these people thought they could just be as crazy as they wanted to be. That's right. And that the Lord would see this act of hubris on their part and send his vengeance down upon them in the form of a squishy rubber-faced dickhead formerly from the Stockton area who now lives in Florida running Truth Social. Am I right or am I right?
If they weren't going to moderate right before the election, either right now American voters are a bunch of radical leftists or there was something fishy happening here.
And it couldn't be that you're projecting onto these things that they're somehow radical and lefty when they're just pretty fucking normal.
Even if some aren't ready to call this fraud, and I understand that, we should be able to ask questions.
Yeah, go ahead and ask questions. But screaming your questions at the screen as if you know the answers is the problem.
Last time they said, oh, we can't call it fraud until we get all the numbers in. But then by the
That's what he just said.
time we got all the numbers in, they said, oh, it's too late to do anything about it now. So where does that leave?
Yeah. Do you want me to still be here? Yeah. This is the moment when Devin Nunes felt like he was at a speed dating thing and was stuck at the last table.
The American who is getting really cynical now. Congressman, I'm trying to speak for that person.
Yeah, you're doing great, okay? You're doing great. And that person's like, I don't want to fucking vote anymore. What the fuck is this bullshit? I don't even love it. I don't understand. This is not trustworthy. I don't know where you're going with this. This is ridiculous. I'm not just an average person, and I have an average understanding of below average things. And I just want to know what the fuck is happening. This doesn't make any sense.
Because I want to make sure we don't lose those who went out and walked the blocks, right? Put in the yard signs, did the work that we told them. Oh, if you do this, maybe
you'll do this. Your neighbors won't laugh at you when you're like, Herschel Walker is a genius. He speaks for me. This is Idaho, Sam. Shut up.
They contributed some of their retirement money to this election.
No, they didn't. They contributed it to Donald Trump, and he ate it in the form of fish delights and shat it out in his gold toilet while writing Truth Social posts.
And now they feel like it was all for nothing. Congressman, what's our message to them? Wait.
What do you do? What are you trying? Why aren't you saying anything? Say something, you pudgy-faced fuck. What is this happening? What is going on? I don't even understand anymore. I can't understand any of this. Fuck you. Tell them fix this. Fix this, Devin Nunes. Fix it. Fix this. Why can't you fix it? God damn it, fix it. This is stupid. Now this is the moment where she pauses, gets herself together, and lets Devin bring the good news message, the message we've all been waiting for. Here it comes.
Until again they say don't look backwards? Really, what do we say to them?
What the fuck is going on? This is just bullshit. I don't even know anymore. Why did you say something? God damn it.
Well, look, I think what we have to do here is, this is, the second election in a row, as you said, where now the confidence level is going to continue to go down.
Yes, well, one involved Trump and the other one involved a bunch of Trumpies. And your folks think that they have sort of like magic sparkle dust coming out of their ass that makes them instantly electable when the rest of the country is like, you're a fucking lunatic. That's, I can't imagine.
And, President Trump was roundly criticized for calling questions to the integrity of the 2020 election.
Yes, and rightly so.
And then when you see it happen all over again in 2022,
you don't. When you assume that it's happening because you can't understand why and how you're fucking losing.
This is one of those occasions where, you know what? Overall, President Trump was right.
No, overall, he fucking wasn't. He wasn't even a little bit right.
He was right about what happened in 2020.
No, he was fucking not.
I said back at the time that, hey, why don't we go through? Why don't we recount?
They had recounts. They had multiple recounts, and they all went down. As a matter of fact, Biden kept getting more votes.
Why don't we make sure that everything is right in this election?
And then wonder why it took so fucking long. Why does it take so long? Why are they don't want to have to pay for a recount, so they're dragging the regular vote out like fucking idiots. It's just so tiresome. It's so tiresome.
And I thought it was strange then that, because that would have seemed to me like that's the most logical thing to do to make sure that everyone believes in the election results. It didn't happen then. I'm not sure it's going to happen now. I mean, look, we don't know what's going to happen tonight and tomorrow in Arizona. I think that's going to...
I don't know what's happening right now. Where the fuck did you go? Hold on. That was weird. A little link on there, like a buried link on that page. That's not creepy or anything.
Be a very important case study. And I can just point out, I mean, there are some very strange anomalies in this.
Yes, I saw Bigfoot voting. He was just he did one of these. And I was like, there's no way he's registered here.
Throughout the country, where you had, let's take Virginia, Northern Virginia, for example, where all the votes are pretty much counted that night. You had 3 districts that were all held by Democrats. 1 flipped to a Republican. 1 was very, very...
Which obviously is sketchy. You're right. Let's have a recount immediately. How the fuck did that happen? I don't believe it. I'm going to go with this was cheating. Cheat city. It's cheat o'clock. In Northern Virginia, it's fucking cheaty city. Cheat. This is cheating. There's no way they fucking won. I don't believe it. They shouldn't have gone. It didn't go the way I thought it should go. So therefore, it must have been ripoff. Cheat. I'm called. Stop it. Democrats should have kept all their seats because in my worldview, they should have them all the time because therefore fucking okay.
Close. It was expected to be very, very tight. And
yes, and that can always be a disappointment when it isn't.
One, which was like a Biden plus 20 district, our candidate got within 6 or 7 points. Now, what do you have there in Washington, D.C.? You have in that kind of the beltway of Virginia there. You've got fake news, you've got government employees, you've got, kind of...
Yes, the federal government is there. People like you for a long time.
All types of people, suburban.
Yes, all types of people.
Urban, then it goes out to rural parts of Virginia. I think a very good case study for people to look at. Now, why did those election results end up directly at the polling data? I mean, they were almost dead on. Everybody predicted that the one Republican was going to win. They thought that one election was going to be close, and that the other guy was going to end up having a close race, which he did. So those are strange anomalies. And then you go just over the border into Pennsylvania, and you had 3
just over the border
districts there that we thought that the polling.
Pennsylvania is not on the border with Washington, D.C.
Looked very, very tight, in some cases even a better district, and we got blown out.
You got blown out? Hey, what you do on your weekends is your business. For the record, that's because you needed those states, you were flipping those things, and they were actually meaningful. You were trying to make an enormous change. You're reaching for that brass ring, and you had to bullshit yourself that you could make the leap.
So those are the types of things that this is going to have to be state by state. The RNC is going to have to really buckle down. Now, again, I think one thing we do have that we didn't have this last time is it does seem like the RNC lawyers are more prepared than they were back in 2020.
To find nothing? To
fight these contests. But look, we just don't know at this time. And look.
There is nothing. Nothing at all.
I agree with you in Nevada. That's another strange anomaly there.
No, it isn't.
Where we know, that it wasn't even a state that a lot of people looked at last time, but it was where there was solid evidence of people that voted in the state that didn't even live in the state. And
yes, military people.
Nobody really.
And it was fucking COVID. People were living with their parents or moving back in who were still registered to vote there and just didn't change because they were planning on going back because they didn't know when the fuck the COVID lockdown would be over. And then it went on for months and months and months and months and months.
Contested that election last time. So
yeah, I'm going to do Trump's thing when it happens.
So I think that
that's why we're going to go long tonight, kids.
Nevada. And look, I guess all in all, let's knock on.
Just shut the fuck. Yammer.
Wood here, we get control of the House. That should give us investigative power, the Republicans' investigative power. And look, I think the other thing that's good here is that 2 years ago we didn't have True Social. Remember what they did 2 years ago? They wiped.
Totally. I mean, that was like, now you got now. I mean, I don't even know why you brought it up, but glad you did.
Away millions of Americans who got kicked off of all the platforms. So
millions of Americans did not get kicked off of all the platforms. Not even close. Like dozens got kicked off a few.
So now we do have True Social, we do have Rumble, places where people can go and not be censored for their political beliefs. So
I've been censored multiple times for stuff I posted on Truth Social. Just saying.
So there is look, I don't like this as much as.
Yeah, we talked about the Russian missile, not the Hitler that landed in Poland.
As anyone else does, but we do at least have a lot more tools at our disposal than we had 2 years ago.
Yes. Trump is a tool. You're a tool. There's a lot of tools in there. But not, the good kind of tool. Who are you to wave your finger? You must have been on your head. Sorry.
Well, I hope so, but I want this election to count. I want the last election to count. I was never on the bandwagon of don't look back, because if you don't look back, I mean, this is a simple lesson. If you don't know history, you're bound.
Don't look back. I'm just saying that's a solid Boston album. Now it's stuck in my head. Hi. Yes?
Not totally important.
Yes?
I bought this for you.
Aw.
Chip has claimed it.
Oh, Chip claimed my sloth ornament as a...
Out of the bag, and he's playing with it, so you may lose it. So I just want to show it to you.
Excuse me one second.
To let you know that I bought it for you.
Aw.
He's like not. I'm like, it's gonna go disappear. It's gonna. He ran off with it.
Summer got me a sloth ornament. I presume because it takes me forever to do some things that she wants me to do. It's a warning. But apparently Chip has claimed this as his very own, as a toy, which it is not, but I'll let it slide for the time being in the spirit of Christmas.
Putting up a tree in.
Yes, it's good. Okay.
Just letting you know.
All right, thanks. It's so dark outside right now. God damn. Time change is killing me. All right. Let's finish up this idiot. And, should we check in? Just see where they are on this. Have they come out yet? There you go. Something's happening. Hold on. 3, 2, 1. The egg. Are they going to their thing? Oh, it's MTG's side piece. This fucker. And with somebody named Philip Patrick. So I'll leave this playing in the background, and we'll see. Where are we? I'm not watching that. We already watched that. We can close this. We can go to this guy. Hold on. Where are we? Oh, we're with Devin Nunes. Here we go. Sorry. I'll get it. Yes, tools are useful. Right. Did anybody guess that was a Tool song? I missed that part. So, hold on. Does anybody know the name of the Tool song I just sang?
To repeat it.
Fast. Hold on. 3, 2, 1. See how fast it takes. The Pot. Very good. Who was the first one to say that? Vec. Nice job. And Auntie Sarah got it right. And Eli got it right out of the gate. And John got it. Oh, there we go. And everybody's getting Captain and Josh and Box got it. And Turbo. Nice job. Schism. Nope. That's Schism. That's always the one I do at 46 and 2. That's a great song. Yes, it was The Pot.
And that's precisely what I've been saying on this program. And I feel so much for our viewers who have...
Yes, both of them must be exhausted trying to figure out what the fuck you're talking about.
Have rejected corporate media and come over to independent media.
Independent media? What the fuck are you talking about? You guys are backed by, like, Republican mega donors. Independent. Jesus Christ. Yeah, these guys, if they're anything short of just being on Fox News, suddenly they're fucking Sundance wannabes who are rejected for being too fucking original.
So that they can express themselves. And listen, I respect those who disagree with me.
Oh, well, it's nice to have your respect.
I just want the actual civil discourse. As you know,
Well, you need the vote to count for that, and you need to stop being an asshole when you lose about voting because you think it's that, because that's basically saying that the argument isn't real and that this is all thievery and cheating, and therefore you're up against an evil villainy.
is a big event tomorrow night at Mar-A-Lago, and I'm
this is the inside scoop. Let's hear
really
it.
curious to see.
Yeah, to see whether he actually lets you jack off right into his hair, as is seen in this picture.
What's going to happen? We will be there to cover it with bells on. I will.
Oh, it's a weird outfit, but I mean, it's so close to Christmas. I mean, I've already got some of my decorations up.
Be there with my family, and I think
With your family. Oh, that's independent journalism right there.
we know what he's going to say. What are your thoughts on tomorrow evening?
Look, I think all intentions are, it seems like, this being reported, that he's going to make a major announcement. We all assume that he's going to announce that President Trump's going to seek re-election.
Yeah, he looks super excited in this picture. It's a good choice. Who has two thumbs and is gonna fucking lose again? This guy.
To the presidency again. I think what the president's got.
That's a terrible picture. That's when isn't that from when he had COVID and he came back from Walter Reed and took his mask off for a second? He's like, now in all due respect, Trump gets that wheezy after any flights of stairs, even if he doesn't have COVID.
What President Trump's going to have to do is lay out a vision, a bold vision for the American.
Yeah, let's hear it. Like a country in decline. He's going to play the fucking Q theme.
American people, one that is both positive and forward-looking, and I think we have to take the
and dark and back-looking at the same time.
Wins where we know we got the wins, and I think he has to lay out what exactly would
it gives me the wins something terrible.
He do differently compared to the Biden administration. He's going to.
Well, he would fail at getting things passed. He would. I mean, a lot of it he doesn't have to worry about because they've already passed the infrastructure bill. They're going to add a public option in the second term. That's the next big pickup. Just saying.
As you well point,
they're going to run on public option next time. We're not trying to create Medicare for all for everybody because we won't force everybody to get rid of their insurance, but you should have a choice. You can go to public schools, you can go to private schools. You can call the cops, or you can have private security. You can sometimes have both. The same thing should be true of health insurance. You can have a public version of health insurance or private. If you think you're going to get more from private, knock yourself the fuck out. But if you want to buy into a public option and that public option doesn't have to show a profit, it just has to respond well to the needs of the constituents and the taxpayer, then do that. It's simple conversation, and they are scared shitless of it.
Pointed out, the same naysayers are there.
I won't be there, obviously, and certainly not with my family.
That are jumping, are Republicans that now are.
Oh, okay, those guys
are claiming that we need to get somebody new, and I think you're exactly right. These are a lot of the same people that were not there back in 2016.
When he won, were they there in 2020 when he left?
They did not challenge the 2020 election.
And he gets on the background, and now if there is background music, it will be that Q theme.
We're very quick.
They're gonna play it as soon as he comes down the elevator or whatever the fuck.
To throw
Please tell me he announces while interrupting a wedding at Mar-A-Lago.
President Trump under the bus.
They overbooked it.
And so
wow, there's 2,200 people in the chat room. There's 28 total at the other sites. If you're on Facebook, by the way, hi guys. If you're watching on Twitter, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Will you please subscribe someplace so it helps me out with my numbers? I mean, I appreciate it, but Jesus Christ.
It's a great opportunity for the president to lay out a big strategic vision for the country.
Yeah, he hasn't had the opportunity to with all the rallies and shit and his own fucking social media site where he could post or his own election website or the Save America PAC. He just doesn't have the opportunity to lay out his big, expansive vision. Get the fuck out of here.
That we have to go out and we have to continue this movement of Americans to get involved in their government, to get involved.
Oh, there's definitely a movement coming.
To not lose sight of the fact that let's take these wins, let's move on, let's move forward, and let's fight and go and see what we can get.
What wins? I thought it was all thievery and cheatery.
Done for the American people because
nice.
Lord knows
Not bad,
that
Carol. Thanks.
The Biden administration They feel emboldened now. The fact that I really believed before this election that they were going to be calling for Biden's head on a platter had they lost the Senate, the House, and the Senate both.
Yeah, except they didn't lose him largely because of Biden's policies. And now they owe him an apology.
And you see now Biden is emboldened. You're not seeing those calls for him to be removed, and that's going to create a big problem because the Democrats know.
Yeah, this is. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, it's Devin Nunes auditioning to be the world's next Chuck Todd. The fact that Democrats didn't lose the Senate and it's a squeaker in the House means that Joe Biden, by winning and doing better than any president since fucking Kennedy, that's Democrats in disarray. Dems in disarray. There you go.
Know that Biden has severe limitations, as do all of our allies around the world and our adversaries. So there's going to be a great
yes, none of them so far can defy gravity. What the fuck?
Opportunity, I think, to set this country on the right course, and we'll see if President Trump announces that tomorrow.
Yeah, let's see what his idea of the right course is. I cannot wait.
Yeah, and a lot of Senate.
It's terrible. Crime is awful, and things have to change soon. So I am announcing tonight that I am still president. QAnon is right. All the things that have been going well are my idea, and anything that went wrong is because they're trying to pretend like I'm not president. And, yeah.
Seats up in the next election, too, on the Democrat side. And the 93% win rate, as best I can tell, over 90% on President Trump's endorsed candidates. I want all those out there who are trashing him right now.
I've mentioned that 93% success rate and the fact that he basically asks people like Devin Nunes and people in the RNC and then the Republican Congressional Committee who's going to win for sure, and goes, did they want my endorsement? And a bunch of them are like, okay. Then he does it, and he's like, yeah, they won because of me. But the ones that mattered, like Carrie Lake, like Mastriano, like Dr. Oz, like arguably Walker as well, Trump fucked that up.
The fair weather friends of the world, I want to ask them.
The Chinese term is 周肉朋友, which I really like. 周肉朋友 is a meat and liquor friend. They're only around when there's meat and liquor flowing. Not that meat flows, but you get my point.
Who they think? Who exactly do they think?
Who do you think you fucking are? Am I right? What?
Have a win rate higher than that on endorsed candidates. I can't fathom. Before we go, tell us what new great features are coming out soon on Truth Social, because we're all.
Yeah. What's the big until they have the fleshlight plug in, I'm not interested.
Very excited about it.
Well, thank you. Yeah. So
well, thank you. Yeah. So look, there's a lot of cool stuff. It's basically like Twitter. You know, the stuff that's happening on Twitter. We're like doing whatever they do. We do that.
The big thing that we have coming out that's in testing right now is direct messaging. So now.
Then after that, we're hoping for a graphic interface. What? Yeah, people won't have to code anymore when they put a message in. The shit. Direct messaging.
Now, if you're on True Social and people that you follow and that follow you, you'll be able to communicate through True Social. So you won't have to do it if you're communicating to those folks on the so-called tech tyrant platforms that you don't trust. You'll be able to communicate on True Social now. So I think that's a big thing. And then we continue.
Yes. And the only people that will have access to your DMs is Trump and Devin Nunes. And I promise you, they will not be running search algorithms on that shit using somebody with actually some fucking brains or a service that they purchase for on the cheap to go through that stuff and seek for people, seek people out who are insufficiently loyal. Good Lord.
We needed to develop the group function. And that's, we don't know if our goal is to get it done by the end of the year. I don't know.
It sounds like leadership to me.
We'll make it, but we're racing to get that done. Those are the two big features that are coming out.
Tech tyrant, I'm adopting that terminology.
It's so true. And obviously tyrant in terms that they dominate, and they dominate by being useful.
Nunes, thank you so much for everything you do to
Yes, thank you for everything. Thank you for your big dumb smile and the joy it brings us all.
continue the fight. We're all glad to be arm in arm with you as we march forward. And I think there's a lot of us out there that make up a really strong, great team. And a lot of them are in this audience. And I know how much they appreciate you. Thank you for being here.
Thanks a lot, Gina. Great to be.
Yeah, it's so good. That was so great. That was so great. That was so great. I feel a lot better about myself, and can we really be arm in arm? That sounds like fun. Can we do sometime if you got time at some point? Good Lord, just awful.